Hi, good morning, everyone. We're about to start. So, good morning, everybody, again. Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, the Honorable Conway Maynard, the Honorable Samuel Duggins, the Honorable Dr. Joya Clark, the Honorable Garth Wilkin, specially invited guests, ambassadors, permanent secretaries, and senior government officials, members of various ministries, affiliated boards, and the National Housing Corporation, members of the Lagui community, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is truly a pleasure to welcome you to this morning ceremony, the first of 3 land regularization handover ceremonies hosted by the Ministry of Sustainable Development. This initiative has been 2 years in the making, guided by the ministry's commitment to secure tenure and expand equitable access to land ownership across our island. Following today's ceremony here in Guerite, we will gather later today in New Amsterdam, St. Paul's, and tomorrow in Upper Monkey Hill, St. Peter's. 3 communities that stand as important chapters in the story of land and opportunity here in St. Kitts. Land regularization is much more than the formalization of ownership. It is about stability, security, and dignity. For families here in Guerite, today's handover represents peace of mind, knowing that the land you have built on, invested in, and cared for is now officially yours. It unlocks new opportunities for development, for generational wealth, and for community growth. As a ministry, we are proud to see this process move from policy to action, from planning to tangible results that improves lives. I thank all those who've contributed to bring this program to fruition. My staff at the Department of Lands and Surveys, thank you very much. You all have worked tremendously hard. Please give yourself a round of applause. I would also like to acknowledge the Attorney General's Chambers, the Department of Legal Affairs, and the Land Registry, who have provided significant support to our endeavor. And to you, the community representatives, whose input really made today possible. Once again, welcome and congratulations to the residents of Guerite. Today marks a milestone in your journey of ownership and empowerment. Please give yourself a round of applause. We will now welcome Mr. Yazid Francis for the national anthem. Please stand. Thank you very much. If you could just remain standing, please. Ms. Denise Francis, please, we welcome you for the opening prayer.
Pleasant good morning to everyone. I has been called upon to pray today, and before I do so, I would like to delve into the Word of God. Hosea chapter 10 and verse 12. Sow to yourself in righteousness, Reap in mercy, break up your fallow grounds, for it is time to seek the Lord till he comes and rain righteousness upon you. Let us pray. O Lord, our God, we praise you for your gift of land and the wisdom to use it for building homes. We place the plans for this project in your hands today, God, trusting that with your guidance, it will be successfully completed for the good of all the people. We ask that you consecrate this land with your love and glory. We renounce any curse or negative energies that they may be present here today, and we claim this ground as redeemed, cleansed, and holy in the name of Jesus Christ. May this land be a place where love and joy reside, where families will be made, and where prayer will rise to you. We pray for the safety of everyone involved in building process, from the architects to the construction workers. Protect them from all harm, accidents, seen and unseen. Grant that every stone laid and every wall raised will be testament to your power and provision. Lord, bless this land and the homes to be built here, that they may be a place of peace, security, and blessings for the generations to come. In Jesus' mighty name. And all God's people say, Amen.
Thank you very much, Ms. Francis. You may be seated. I now want to use this opportunity to just acknowledge the residents of Guerite. You guys have been extremely helpful in the process. You guys have been very cooperative. There have been instances where we might have asked for you guys to make some small adjustments, to move a fence here or there. I just want to say thank you for that willingness. I just want to ask you to give yourself a round of applause, please. You guys have been extremely helpful. At this time, I would like to welcome the Honorable Dr. Joya Clark, the Minister of Sustainable Development, Environment, Climate Action, and Constituency Empowerment. Please give our Minister a round of applause.
Warm greetings from the Ministry of Sustainable Development. Good morning. I am very certain that we all feel extremely grateful and excited for what's about to happen. Do we? I don't have a speech prepared. I'm going to speak from my heart because I need all of us to understand, not just us, the persons gathered here this morning, but the persons who are listening, the persons who will read on social media, the transformative, revolutionary empowerment exercise that we're about to undertake, not just here in Guerite, but in Amsterdam, St. Paul's, and Upper Monkey Hill, St. Peter's. We are changing lives together. I want to start by thanking not just the people of Guerite, but the people who are being empowered today, but the entire community of Guerite for your support and your collaboration. And you deserve another round of applause. Thank you so much for adjusting your fences, for coming to the meetings. We started 2 years ago. Real progress. Real promises by your representative, the Honorable Conway Maynard, a serious commitment. Our teams have been out with you day in, day out, changing, showing you maps, asking you for your support, and you have stayed the course with the Ministry of Sustainable Development. When we speak of sustainability and the Sustainable Island State Agenda, this is what we mean. Sustainable settlements mean you have your title. Do you know how significant the certificate of title for land ownership is? It means generational wealth. It means going into your lending agencies for a loan to expand your home. It means your daughters and sons would have a guarantee if they decide they're going to university. It means empowerment, not just for you, but your families. This is the promise of the Labor administration. This is the promise of a leader with vision. Our Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, meant this was going to happen and has supported the ministry through and through, and we must thank him and his office for the support. You couldn't have these certificates without the work, not just your work, the ministry's work, but the office of the Governor General. Do you know how many signatures, how many certificates had to be signed by our Governor General? Willingly supporting this process, recognizing the importance of a mandate that goes even beyond our Prime Minister and other Prime Ministers, as far back as Papa Bradshaw recognized the importance of this moment. We also want to thank, as Director Tuckett has mentioned, the Inland Revenue Department for allowing us to set up facilities for you to engage in all the necessary things that mean your title is yours, that it is real, as well as the Attorney General's office and the staff at the Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs. They worked and burned midnight oil, and I'm not saying this just to make any headlines. People worked to ensure that we could be here this morning to celebrate with you on your land ownership. Now, it's not just the Ministry of Sustainable Development that had to do all this work to ensure that you were empowered. Each minister and their offices had to do the verification, and I know all of you saw your minister MP, didn't you? Making time to sit with you, to explain to you the process, and to make his commitment personal and real to you. And I want to thank again Minister Conwys Maynard, your MP, for his support to the ministry. Minister and MP for Constituency 8, Dr. Drew, yes, and of course for Amsterdam, Dr. Denzel Douglas. Now, the directors in the Ministry of Sustainable Development and Environment are particularly amazing. They have worked weekends. They worked until midnight most weekends to make sure this was a reality. And it is incumbent of me to name names this morning. So Director Tuckett stepped into this role very recently and was able to collaboratively work with his ministry, his department, to ensure that your surveys were done. We have also the Director of Land Sales, who also worked with you, came here and talked to you. The former Director of Constituency Empowerment, Ms. Kelvina Salters, and the current Director of Constituency Empowerment, Mrs. Sahira Joseph, our Chief Policy Analyst, Mr. John Gums, and his team, Mr. Blyden Broody. They have been working along with the sister ministry, Sustainable Development, to ensure we are here to celebrate. I am very proud of all the staff in the Department of Land Sales in particular, and the staff at administration who ensured that, may I have a certificate? This is real. This has a legal document that empowers you for generations to come. Let's thank everyone who ensured this happened. As I close, I want to remind you that the Ministry of Sustainable Development, you might not hear from us every single day or every single month, but let me remind you of the mandate that we made since 2022 and the actions we've taken. We first had our land fair, where you came and you told us you have a problem with lands that were duplicated, triplicated, and weren't real. And we have since engaged you every single Thursday for 3.5 years. We then had our reset, an initiative led and supported by our Prime Minister to cancel your interest, to extend the time you had to pay the 25% deposit on your land. And then We gave the Independence Land donations to our heroes who helped us with the national anthem, with our national flag. We empowered. We then had our Young Professionals program where we ensured that bankable individuals could access land. And we have been distributing to persons. And then, of course, the most important, the rights of persons to stay on the lands that they have occupied for generations. And this includes the community of Guerite. This is our community regularization program. And we are so happy to be here with you this morning. We are powering progress through partnership and collaboration and community support. We are here as a labor administration to ensure that the one thing you need and deserve, which is your right, according to Papa Bradshaw, is land, is yours, and we thank you for your support. Now, in my excitement, I started without acknowledging my boss. I hope I have a job tomorrow. Prime Minister, Minister Maynard, members of cabinet, and to everyone who really contributed to making this a success. The weekend is going to be glorious. Rain come, sunshine. We're going to be in St. Paul's tonight with our Rasta community. And tomorrow, come back with us to Upper Monkey Hill to celebrate the people who have been there over 100+ years and deserve their land. I thank you so much. Continue supporting our initiative as we push for a sustainable island state.
Thank you very much, Dr. Clark. We'll now like to invite Honorable Conway Maynard, Parliamentary Representative for Constituency, the number 3 Minister of Public Utilities, et al.
Greetings, everyone. Allow me first of all to acknowledge the presence of our distinguished Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, our Minister of Sustainable Development, Honorable Dr. Joel Clark, our Attorney General, Honorable Garth Wilkin, Ministers of Cabinet, including Honorable Marsha Henderson, Honorable Samuel Duggins, Excellencies Ambassador Leon Nathan Nelson, and Ambassador Kenny Douglas. To all officials here, I see from all departments that were involved here. I see you, I recognize you, I acknowledge you. But more importantly, the people of Guerite, a pleasant good morning to you. I can't hear you. A pleasant good morning to you. Nice. Today, my heart is full. My heart is full because we witness today not just a ceremony of paper and ink, but a celebration of justice, dignity, and a commitment, a promise fulfilled. For generations, you, the people of Guerite, have lived. You have loved, you have raised families and built lives on this land. You have tended your gardens. You have built your homes. You have made memories here. This soil holds your history. Yet, for too long, ownership, true legal ownership, seemed just beyond your grasp. Well, today, that changes. Today, that changes. My fellow constituents, my fellow villagers, today, you stand not just as residents of Guerite, but as landowners. Rightful heirs to what you and your families have built for generations and generations. You now hold the key your certificate of title. Proof that this land, your land, is officially yours. This is not for show. This is for real. Because I remember another time that they had a show. But this one is for real. This is not a blank COT that you have to go and do all sorts of things for. This is your land. Nothing somebody can do now can take this away from you, because it is duly registered in the court of law in St. Kitts and Nevis. And the reality is that this is not by chance. This is by design, by dedication, and by your Labour Party administration that keeps its word. When I stood before you and I asked for your support, I made a commitment that this land would be transferred to you at no cost. And I meant it. And today, we can proudly say that this Labour administration, led by our Prime Minister, has kept that commitment to you. But not only that, we wanted to ensure that the land that you lived on for generations was free of charge to you. But we went even further. Your caring Labour Party administration took care of all your legal fees and completed all the registrations at the land registry on your behalf. The only thing now remaining is for you to go, like everybody else who owns land, down to Inland Revenue, pay your stamp duty, and you have the original for now and forever. Everything else has been done for you because you deserve it. You deserve it. And just while we were sitting there, when I was speaking to the Prime Minister, he gave me the commitment. Mr. Prime Minister, remember, you just tell me this. He gave me the commitment. I told him that the next thing we need is roads. And the Prime Minister gave me the commitment that in short order, he will approve the funds to build your roads. In short order. Right, PM? To make sure that we have the link from this community, which is Buckley's, through Guerite up to Shadwell. Now, this monumental handover comes under the land, what we call the Land Allocation, Normalization and Distribution Initiative 2025. This initiative is not a one-off event. It is part, as the Minister of Sustainable Development mentioned, part of a bold and ongoing mission, a partnership among several key ministries and departments to regularize lands across St. Kitts and provide ownership to long-term occupants who have, for the decades, built their lives on these government lands. It represents the coming together, and I want to acknowledge at this time the Ministry of Sustainable Development, particularly the Permanent Secretary, of course, who is here, and the entire staff, and in particular also the Department of Lands and Survey, for the tremendous amount of work that they would have done on this particular project. The Department of Constituency Empowerment for your role in all that we're doing today. The Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs through the AG's chambers and the Land Registry Office. They worked tirelessly. All the lawyers in the AG's office working on this on your behalf to ensure that you did not have to go and seek any legal representation to get the land transferred. And of course, the Ministry of Finance through the Inland Revenue Department for assisting us in getting this process through. Each one of these ministries, of course, played a critical role in ensuring that this process was fair, it was transparent, and it was efficient. And so I must pause to say a heartfelt thank you to all the hardworking public servants, surveyors, lawyers, and administrators who made this day possible. Put your hands together for them. To my deserving constituents, to the people of Guerite, let me be clear. This is not just about land. This is about empowerment. This is about equity. This is about social justice. The land initiative that we're doing here directly aligns with our government's vision under the Sustainable Island State Agenda, particularly what we call Pillar 5, which is sustainable settlements. Because when people have a secure place to call their own, when you can say, this land is mine, you are better able to plan for the future. You can invest in your home. You can invest in your business. You can invest in your community. You can pass something of real value to your children and to your grandchildren. This is how we build generational wealth. And this is what the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party and movement has always been about. This is how we foster social stability. This is how we secure a sustainable future. My dear people of Guerite, this Labour Party administration believes deeply that development must be people-centered. We cannot talk about progress if our people are left out, and the people of Guerite will never be left out. That is why this initiative is rooted in our broader commitment to inclusion, to ensuring that every Kittitian and Nevisian, regardless of background, regardless of your income, has equitable access to the opportunities and resources that allow you to thrive. Owning the land beneath your feet gives you freedom, financial freedom, emotional freedom, and a sense of pride that no one can take away. When you came to my office earlier and I gave you the news, you didn't say it outright, but I could see the beaming on your faces. Some of you couldn't contain the smiles because of this pride that you realize that you own your own land. It allows you to go to the bank and say, this is my land. I have collateral. I can invest. I can build. It allows you to rest easier at night knowing that no one can come and move you from where your grandparents, your great-grandparents once stood. That, my friends, is the power of ownership. Power of ownership. This day also reminds us of the importance of community resilience and community-centered progress. Guerite has always been a strong, proud, and united community. Neighbors helping neighbors. Families looking out for one another. You know how you do it. You borrow this, you borrow that. You bring some fruits over here, carry some fruits over there. Now, as legal owners, you have even greater reason to protect, beautify, and grow your community together. Let this moment inspire even more cooperation among you, even more pride, even more love for the place that you call home. And let us remember, this is not the end of the journey. As the minister mentioned, the land initiative continues, and soon other communities across St. Kitts will experience the same joy, but Guerite come first. Guerite come first. And I want to thank the cabinet for allowing me to have Guerite to come first. That is what the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party administration is about, transforming lives, empowering people, and putting justice and fairness into action for the good that we can do. From Guerite to New Amsterdam to Upper Monkey Hill, we will continue to ensure that our people own a piece of their country, a piece of the rock. So today, we celebrate history. We celebrate legacy. We celebrate progress. But most of all, we celebrate you. The people who have kept faith, who have waited patiently, and who now can finally reap the reward of your endurance. You gave me a chance to deliver for you, and I have now delivered. This is your time. This is your victory. And as your parliamentary representative, I am deeply honored and humbled to have walked this journey with you, to have kept my word, and to see your faces beaming with pride today. So hold your heads up high, Guerite. Hold them up high. You are landowners. You are pioneers. You are the builders of your own destiny. And together, under this caring and visionary Labour Party administration, we will continue powering progress. We will continue to build a stronger, fairer, and more sustainable St. Kitts and Nevis for all. Guerite, thank you. And may God bless you, and may God continue to bless the beautiful Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. I love you.
Thank you very much, Minister Maynard. At this time, I would like to welcome the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, the Prime Minister of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Good morning, Guerite. I could feel the energy. I could sense the energy. It's a happy day. I'm happy to be here. Let me recognize, of course, in no specific order, but allow me to recognize the parliamentary representative from this constituency who, from the inception, has been working tirelessly hard to ensure that the injustice that was done to you would be corrected. So the fake paper that you got, if you ain't tear it up yet, the Prime Minister give you permission to tear it up. Put your hands together again for your representative. Let me recognize, of course, at the head table, the Honorable Dr. Joyal Clark. She's the Minister of Responsibility for the Ministry of Lands. And she was tasked with making sure that this happens. She has an excellent PS with her, who you would hear from later, PS Shesdoor, who has thrown a lot of her time and energy to ensure that this becomes a reality. I want to also recognize all of their members of staff who she would have pointed out here today. I can't do as good a job as she did, so I stand on what she said, but I want to recognize them also. Put your hands together for her ministry. I want to recognize the Attorney General, who is also here. Without the Attorney General and his office, none of these documents would be legal. Put your hands together for him and his office. I have here with us the Honorable Marsha Henderson, who comes from a neighboring constituency. She's right here. She's going to step up just now. And I want to recognize with us our two ambassadors who are also part and parcel of the Labour leadership in this country. Ambassador Leon Nathan-Nelson and Ambassador Kenneth Douglas. The Honorable Samuel Duggins, he was here, but he had to leave. But let me recognize him as well. And one who, of course, would love to be here, but he's not here because he had to be away, which was planned for some time now. And I'm speaking of the Honorable, Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas. Let's acknowledge him even though he's not here. He's also part of the Labour leadership team. Allow me to recognize all of the heads of departments, officials of the government who are here. But allow me also to especially recognize the residents who just in a few minutes would have been the landless residents. But I will upgrade that statement. The esteemed landowners right here in Guerite. Welcome to all of you. And I want to express again our sincerest gratitude for your cooperation. Land is a very sensitive matter. And when I hear people who are willing to dress their fence over and come this way so that everybody can be accommodated, that tells me the type of people you are and the type of community you are. You deserve a round of applause for that. Let me recognize members of the press and everyone who has come here as well wishers as well to make sure that this event is forever remembered. The St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party came into being in the 1930s, 1932, a January morning. That will soon be 100 years. The St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party is the oldest political party in the English-speaking Caribbean. It is older than any party in Bahamas, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Guyana, and all of them in between. Why do I mention that? Because what we are experiencing today did not start yesterday. It started in 1932 as the Workers' League. Its mantra was, for the good that we can do. And since that time, the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party was on a path to free our people from colonization, which means independence. It was on a path to empower our people. Our people who in 1932, just maybe 100 years after slavery, were not living much better than when they were in slavery. St. Kitts was one of the most impoverished countries in the whole of the Caribbean, and I dare say in the world. And the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party decided that that formula must change. Part of that was to empower our people, because it has to be understood that people can truly be empowered when they become land owners. That is why they deprived our people of land ownership. So from the very inception, part of the Labour Party's objective was to take the land from those who colonized us and put it in the hands of those who were the residents, citizens, and the wretched of the earth right here in St. Kitts and Nevis. For the good that we can do. And so as part of our principles as a party was to fight for land ownership. It was not until the 1950s that we were able to vote, because we were denied the right to vote, because they knew if we could vote, we would empower ourselves, and one of the ways we would do it is to empower ourselves through land leadership. In 1935, right here in this constituency, not too far from us, the people decided they would take a stand. And you had not a riot. We ain't in a riot business. What we had was an uprising based on principles of justice and equality and equity for our people. And from 1935, that spirit of liberation spread all the way through the Caribbean. Not only the Caribbean, but the whole world. It started right here in St. Kitts and Nevis. After that, there was something called a Moyne Commission that the British Empire then put in place to find out why the people of St. Kitts and Nevis had such a strong uprising. It shocked them because we were among the smallest. Yet, we shocked them because we stood up and they did not expect it. They expected it from Jamaica and Guyana and the bigger territories. But it was right here in St. Kitts and Nevis where the people stood up and said, enough is enough. The struggle continued after that. And in 1956, we finally got the right to vote under 52, under St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party administration. And then the first premier, His Excellency, national hero, Honorable Sir Robert Bratcher, then started to make his moves. And one of the first things he set his eyes on was to get land. And in the 1960s to the 70s, he nationalized the lands in St. Kitts and Nevis. Do you know what that means? He did not wait for permission from Britain. He said from this day on, the land in St. Kitts and Nevis belong to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. The land is nationalized. For that, he was called all sort of names because the ruler class was determined that the people of St. Kitts and Nevis would not become landowners, because when you become landowners, you become empowered. And when you become empowered, people can't oppress you. And so his name was dragged through the mud. But he got fed up of negotiating and talking until that day he said, we're going to take the land. And he took it. Sometimes you just got to take it if it belongs to you. And he took it. And then after that, they started to negotiate the price of the land, which was paid for afterwards in the 1980s. But it's these type of actions that he took. And I'm just simply saying that he was guided by the principle of empowerment, the principle of land ownership, the principle for the good that we can do. What does that have to do with us today? So under him, he nationalized the land. He took the land. The land was paid for in the 1980s by the administration then. In the 1995 run-up, the Labour administration under the leadership of Dr. Denzel Douglas had what you call the freehold village land policy. To say that if you lived in a village for a certain amount of time, you would have access to the land. And that was part and parcel of the trajectory of giving our people access to the land that they had occupied, some of them, for hundreds of years. It's only fair. And so, Bratcher did that. Comrade Bratcher, Sir, His Excellency. Dr. Denzel Douglas introduced an advanced policy of land ownership. That is why so many persons in St. Kitts and Nevis own land today. And today, we are saying that this Labour administration must stand on the same principle and advance the cause of land ownership here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so what we have done to advance the cause, we didn't give you a blank paper and send you here, there, and everywhere. We decided that we will do all of that for you. So that when we show up here today, the documentation that you would receive would be a legally binding piece of document to say, finally, after many, many decades, that you are landowners in the land where your forefathers were born and you are here today. And this is how it looks. Nothing fake. No show. Not just before any election. We started to work on this from day one. That is why we are able to achieve it today, because we believe that you should be landowners here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so that is why I'm proud of all those who are involved. You see how many persons were involved? Imagine we had to go through all of that. I know why you all went for the land, because it's so hard. You got to go here, there, that, this, the lawyer, this, all kind of things they're telling you. And pay all kind of money. Go course here, go course there. So a lot of you just say, but me not check on that. And so we decided to do that for you. And to deliver to you today in your hand. In your hand. Your document to say that you own land. So you know what that means? You know what that means? That when you get this in your hand today, whatever the land value, that is how richer you have gotten. Economic empowerment. Economic empowerment. When you get this today, and the Honorable Congress Maynard went through some aspects of it, this is economic empowerment along with a lot of other types of empowerment. Not a man can move you off your land. They can't move you. And that is why we are saying here today that this is part and parcel of what labor is about. How are we going to empower our people here in St. Kitts and Nevis? And that is why when I hear them talk about selling land, I don't just laugh, you know. This government ain't saying no land to no foreigners in no big piece. It don't happen. That there is fake. Today we are delivering the land to our people here in Guerite. And so I want to say to you, the people of Guerite, you have been here a very long time. You possibly wondered if you'll ever become landowners. You possibly wondered if you'll ever be able to empower yourselves and empower your family. I know you wondered. And there are many of you who had that difficulty. And therefore, we are saying today that that reality has changed for the people of Guerite. Put your hands together for yourself. And so, as I bring this to a close, I want to say that isn't just happenstance. This is part and parcel of how a labor government governs. We believe in empowering people. I want you again to put your hands together for your MP. He worked hard to make sure. Work hard. And so, something like this has not been done since independence in the way we are doing it. We are going to leave here, and this afternoon, we are heading to St. Paul's. And tomorrow, we are heading to Upper Monkey Hill. Across this country, we are going to empower our people and to bring justice where injustice was the reality. And so I want to thank again all those who were involved and to say to our people that as long as we are here and this party is here, our focus will always be empowerment of our people. Thank you, Guerite. May God bless all of you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Prime Minister. I just want to take this opportunity now to welcome the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Sustainable Development, Ms. Cherilita Doe-Tyson.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a thing else to say. I'm gonna just give you the paper because everything done say. So I ain't saying nothing else. I acknowledge her table. I acknowledge everyone who's here. I acknowledge the Cabinet of Ministers. Thank you for the support. People of Guerite, I almost feel like we are family because you're in my office so often. I see you so often. Up to yesterday, Minister Maynard, up to yesterday, they came to ask, PS, what color shirt I must wear? Imagine that. Yes. But I realized what they were doing. They were just confirming that their names will be called today. And I'm going to call your names now. So, ladies and gentlemen, as the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Sustainable Development, I now distribute these lands on behalf of the government to the people of the Guerite community. So my head table will stay at the front. Minister, we will give it to you because you are the Minister of Lands. You will give to the parliamentary representative to the people, and he will give to the Prime Minister, who will give it to the recipients. Okay, we ready? We have the order? Okay, my assistants, where are you? I have some assistants to help me with the distribution. Ready? Okay, here we go. First recipient, Jarisha Maxine. When you hear your name, just come. Jacqueline Ward and Lincoln Bridgewater. Okay. We have Lincoln Bridgewater, yes. Oliver Hodge. Come in, sir. After you get your certificate, you go right back to your seat. Don't leave. Jacqueline Ward. Jaslyn Ward. Lincoln Bridgewater is the third. Oliver Hodge is next. No, we're going in order of the list. Of the list. Avril Williams. Michelle Phillip. He's right here. Just on Oliver. Yes, here you go. Yes, Michelle, where's Michelle? Michelle Phillip is here. Okay. Okay. Stedroy Blanchard. Owencia Herbert. Brandon Matthew. That's the next three. Go ahead. Justin Liddy and Hatley Douglas, Jovan Brazier, Shavon Brown. Okay. Jovan Brazier. Shavon Brown. Jacqueline Phillip. Juliet Jeffers. Yes. Kent Bridgewater. Carl Hazel. Carl Hazel. Elroy Butler. Calvin Buffon. Calvin. We understand the excitement, eh? We understand it, yes. Paulette Dorr. Elwin Henry. Michelle and Kendall Isaac. Chantel Vanterpool Gordon. Amos Paris. Chantel. Is Chantel here? Angia Liddy. Angia Liddy. Jomo Odein. Jomo Odein. Teshawn Bramble. Dexter Henry. Jeffrey Seaton and Kevicia Rollins. Kisma Archibald. Kisma Archibald. Wendy Lawrence. Marsha Bramble. Shima and Samuel Warner. Giselle Jeffers. Carl Hazel, come, yes. Veronica Jeffers. Hold your speech, Sheila. Hold your speech. Hold your speech. Marcel Jeffers. Is he here? Where's Marcel? Millicent Philip and Avani Philip. Clive and Gwendolyn Adams. Florence Herbert. Take your time, take your time. We're going to wait. Rose Wealth Warner. Rose Wealth Warner. Leroy Primus. Is he here? Leroy Primus. Okay. Elsie Halliday. Elsie Halliday. Mirthlin Wilkinson. Mirthlin Wilkinson. Lionel Isaac. Lionel Isaac. Okay. Okay, someone will accept on behalf of Jovan Brazier. Clive Grant. Clive Grant. Enid Huggins and Ada Douglas. Kevin Jeffers and Denicia Jeffers. Glenford Martinborough. Glenford Martinborough. Rensford Lapsey and Sandra Lapsey. Tyrone Merritt. Sylvia Buchanan. Glenville Gums. Joycelyn Matthew. Colin Liddy. Anthony Williams. Tishanti Rollins. Leroy Wilkes and Elvin Herbert. Irvin Nisbet. That's the one. Kendall Jeffers. Devon Willock. No. Devon. Kendall. Kendall. Almost finished. Kevin DeGrasse. Kendall. Is there. Kevin DeGrasse. Gavin Buddy and Tabia McMahon. Yeah, Kevin? Yes, Kevin. Shirley Pemberton and Jaleel Pemberton. Buddy, Gavin. Shirley Pemberton. Okay. Here. Cassius Warner. Samuel Basu. Busu. Thank you for the correction. It's Busu. Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, while we are taking the final photo, if there's any issue whatsoever, you come and see us on Thursday afternoons at 1:30. The ministry is open. We deal with land matters on Thursday afternoons at 1:30. If there's an error in your spelling or anything like that, you can come and see me on a Thursday afternoon. Now, I'm going to put one person on the spot because I'm going to invite, yes. Thank you very much, ministers. I know your smiles are tired. It was almost 68 of them. So, yeah, quite a number. So take your rest, rest your legs. Okay, so I'm going to put one person on the spot. One of the recipients. I want you to publicly thank the ministry. Yes. Yes, I mean, we've been friends for the last 3 years because we've been working on this project a while. Sheila, you want to come? Yes, you seem to be the volunteer. That's why I told you hold your speech. So she will speak on behalf of the recipients. Let's give her a round of applause.
Morning, sir. Morning, everyone. My name is Veronica Imelda Jeffers, but better known as Sheila as a nickname. Right? I up here a very long time. When I come up here, my last son was 1 year old. Now he done 43 years old. So I am one of the first person up here.
And baby, but, you was to the back or you to the front? You was to the back, baby. And when I come up here, you never had so much of people up here. It was Farai, Sweeney, Norman, Tahoe, Jerry, and Rassans, Mobile, Light. All of us, and few others was up here. And we all was living good and peaceful. One day we up here, the government of PAM come up and tell us that we squatting. We squatting. So we say we squatting, we want to live. He said we are going to send a bulldozer up here for root down all you. We say send them. Simmons. Then the Labour government get in with Douglas. And Douglas said to us, I don't move. This land is yours. And I gonna give you all this land here free. So when Timothy come in and talking about $2 a square foot, I turn to him and I tell him, I'm not paying no $2 for no square foot because you're up here a long time. And you can't throw me off at this land. Because even before they say the land is mine, I don't know it's mine. No one could have run me. No one could have run me. You know people come up there and say all kind of thing? I tell them not this land here. I tell my son, hold on pan peace. Terry, send people up there for clean up. I said, no. Terry ain't nobody up here. I never see Terry up here yet. Never see Terry up here yet. Never see Terry up here yet. All I see Tan, Norman, Sweeney, and all of them. Right? And then we all live. People come up. We clean up. We had a little narrow spot with grass. We used to walk and tree the grass. We clean up. Every Sunday we clean up. Angie for Cinti. Yes, there was even down by Kent down there. And then we all live together until the rest people then come up and fighting for lands. But I know I don't have mine, so I may have to fight. Right? I just let them fight. That's all I have to say. And not yet. I don't vote that. But I feel so good that Mr. Maynard step in and Mr. Joe step in and all the rest and give us Willan when Timothy saying $2 a square foot and giving us blank paper. As he give me blank paper, Kilo talking about come take picture with me. I said no. And he just said, just give me my paper, let me go. And I went straight to Mr. Maynard and I give it to him. So many if you have it still, but I give it to him. And I thankful for the land, and I'm giving you a great thanks. God send you a great, great thanks. And I love you all. And I'm going to always be a labor until I dead. Because I from the Bracha labor step into Doggy and now step into Mr. Joe. And nobody can run me. I thank you all.
From the mouths of the people, the truth has been spoken. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have to thank God for sparing us, sparing our lives. We have to thank God for fair weather. This morning when I got up and I saw the rain and the thunder, I was like, oh my goodness. But God has been good. The blessings indeed on Guerite. So we have come to the end of our program today. I just want to thank, don't leave because we have a photo, a group photo, all the recipients, so don't leave. We want to thank the staff of the Ministry of Sustainable Development. Now you see them in blue, I want them to come close because these are the workers behind the success of the ministry. I'm the PS, but it's the workers who are the success. So come forward, Vincent and Kimberly and my director right behind here, and Nayoka, and all of those persons in the Department of Lands and Survey. Where are you? Come forward and take your praise. Vercel and Aixa, my surveyors, they did the Herculean work. And I want to thank all of them. Come, yes, come forward. You deserve the praise. You deserve the praise. Kezia, Junel is not here. Aixa, Vercel, these are my two surveyors. My field guys, where are you? Come forward. We need to see the force behind the success. Oh, but okay, the minister taking over from me.
The staff of the Ministry of Sustainable Development, this is your moment. Lands and sales, if that's where you're working, Cheval, everybody come. We have to show the people who work day and night to get this done. Come and celebrate with your director and your wonderful PS and your government.
Yes, it has not been easy for us. Well-deserved acknowledgement for my staff. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to the cabinet for your support. Thank you for the legal team. You heard all the mentions. I'm not going to go over. Thank you, everybody. We did it together. We did it together. So we're going to take a group photo with our new landowners, the newest landowners in St. Kitts, Nevis. Come forward. And after that, we have a little refreshment, and we will go on our merry way with our legal documents. Yes. I have. Side, go on this side. Okay, let's assemble on the left side, please, on my left. Let's assemble on my left so we can get our photo. Let's assemble. The Prime Minister is already here. Let's go. We are assembling on that side. Okay, we are taking our photo. Let's go. Right in front of the tent, right there where the lady in the red is standing up. Right there. Yes, go to the front.